Hello and welcome, my name is Liam Loftus and this is the BBC Sport Pundit Q&A. Today we are joined by a player who has been selected 4 times to represent England at a World Cup, a Premier League all-time great and a Champions League winner too. Rio Ferdinand, welcome.
Good intro that, good intro. You can come again.
We've asked some of the BBC Sport audience some questions and we've mixed in a few of our own. First though, impression so far, how are you enjoying it?
I'm just looking forward to it. I want to see the first whistle being blown and the ball being kicked, and then we're off, and then we're all like sitting here like school kids waiting to get let into the sweet shop. And yeah man, it's obviously there's been a lot of hype around a World Cup, as you expect. Who's going to be the best player, who's going to be top goal scorer, who's going to win it, etc. So once it starts, we're up and going, we're ready.
First of all, we've got Jason Thomas on our YouTube channel. He wants to know who are your dark favourites for the tournament?
I'm going to go for... Would Portugal be considered a dark horse, I think?
If that's what you want to do.
Because I don't think I hear them mentioned as one of the teams, so they're an outsider maybe. Mane not being fit for Senegal has probably put them, they would have been my dark horses. Denmark might be difficult to beat. But I'll go, if I can say Portugal, I'll say them, because I think the squad they've gone under the radar a little bit.
All the players in this tournament, who would you have liked to play against?
Anyone who was easy and would give me an easy day's work. You know what I mean? You like coming off the pitch and going, listen, that was an easy day's work. But no, in all seriousness, I love judging myself up against the best. That's what the World Cup's about, playing against the best. I managed to do it on numerous occasions. Batistuta was someone who I looked at, Serie A, ridiculous goal scorer. Got to play against him in the World Cup. Line up against Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, Ronaldo, the Brazilian one, and you're sitting there thinking, this is what I've dreamed about as a kid. So listen, Mbappe, Messi, Ronaldo, these guys playing in this tournament, every defender should be looking at that thinking, yeah, it's going to be a difficult day's work, but this is where you want to do it.
Ronaldo, Messi, this could be their final World Cup. Who do you think is going to have a better World Cup?
I don't know, it's always difficult. I mean, a lot of the time, the people you expect to have the best World Cup will be the star man. Does it ever normally play out like that, other than Diego Maradona and Ronaldo, probably? In every other World Cup, you see someone like a Schillaci. For the younger audience, they might not get who that is, but look him up. Schillaci came out of nowhere for Italy. You see players and you think, oh, he wasn't closer sometimes, he gets the goals, and you think, yeah, he gets goals. He wasn't the one you thought was going to come out there and beat a man like that for his team. And so I expect it could be somebody who wasn't at the top of our list.
So Craig Anion on Facebook, do you think Ronaldo is capable of answering his critics and winning the Golden Boot despite his lack of match sharpness?
That is going to be the ask, isn't it? I mean, that's a question on a lot of people's lips right now, given all of the fanfare that's going around him at the moment with what's happened off the pitch. So there's a lot of pressure on him, but he plays with pressure every week anyway, so that's not any different to normal, just a different type of focus on him. And it's going to be down to him. But listen, he's got a squad there, a team behind him that can provide him with a great platform to go and produce.
Gabrielle on YouTube is asking for your best memory best World Cup experience.
Best personally?
Yeah.
When I played, scoring against Denmark in the quarterfinals or last 16 was a great. Yes, last 16 game was a great feeling. That feeling of getting a goal at a tournament, well, I don't know if that can be matched in terms of being on the pitch. Lining up against Brazil, what you consider Brazil to be as a kid, that gold shirt, and you've got look down the line and you've got the names I mentioned earlier, Roberto Carlos, Cafu, alongside Rivaldo, Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, Gilberto Silva, Lucio, like the names just keep rolling off your tongue, the big legends of the game. So also playing against Batistuta in the World Cup was a great thing for me because of how he was considered one of the best goal scorers of that generation. You go up against England, against Argentina in a World Cup game, and it's like all these things, they were great experiences for me. I loved it.
James Willis Bowden on Facebook, why does Rio think England never quite fulfil their potential in big tournaments, even though they are often one of the favourites on paper?
I don't know if I had the answer for that. I'd be sitting in Gareth Southgate's shoes. I think we all try to unpick it. I think Gareth Southgate has done a remarkable job since he's come into it and took us from a nation that really hugely underachieved in my time and before to a country now that we're being considered one of the favourites, and based on our last 2 tournaments, semi-final and final, we're in a much better place under Gareth Southgate. I just think small tweaks need to happen for us to be able to make the next step. What them tweaks are, I don't know yet.
Are there any moments back when you were playing for England that you thought if only one thing was different, we could have gone on and won it?
Yeah, I think our generation in 2002 especially, we come up against Brazil, we went and won it. We were a great team. But they were down to 10 men. If we played a system, maybe had a bit more character and personality in the game, we should have gone on and won that. If we beat Brazil, then I think we'd gone on and win the tournament. But they're all if buts and maybes, you can't look back no more.
Shannon Jones on Twitter, how far would this England team get if you were in the heart defence?
Oh, good question. I think we win it. Prime Rio. You've got to back yourself in these situations. Everyone's going to say, oh, he's got a big head. No, you have to back yourself. If I'm going to go, I think we'll get to the quarter-final, well, pointless going. Do you know what I mean?
What about now, if you laced up and...
Laced up now?
Yeah.
We're going out in the group stages.
What England team do you think was better? The golden generation, the side that you played in, or this current England team?
My team had better individuals. This is a better team.
When we were debating in the office, we want your take. Who had a better career, Gareth Bale or David Beckham?
In terms of career trophies, Gareth Bale. 100%. There's no question about it. Who's the better player in terms of? Again, Gareth Bale in big moments produced big moments to win big trophies. But then you look at Beck's, what he done in the treble season, and arguably one of the best players around at that point. Do you know what I mean? It's a hard one. Gareth Bale. He's the best British player to go abroad, easily. Yeah, who's better? Who's been better than him to go abroad? And done when he's been there, done what he's done. Beck's didn't do it.
I think you're right. In terms of British player of all time, where does he rank? Not abroad, just of all time.
Gareth Bale.
Gareth Bale.
He's in the conversation. I think it's the best. Yeah, he's in the best. I think you put Wayne Rooney in that conversation as well. So tell me the list that you've been banding around the office. Who's on the list?
Well, Alan's on there.
Alan who?
Shearer.
Alan Shearer.
Yeah.
Alan Shearer's a great player, but you're talking like he didn't win anything.
Yeah, but you look at the goals.
No. If we're talking player, he's going to be in the conversation. But if we're talking as
CV.
like CV and player, and you're adding it all together, it's very difficult to put an argument, a case forward, because Gareth Bale won how many Champions Leagues? 3 or 4 Champions Leagues.
5 Champions Leagues.
I've undersold you, Gareth. I'm sorry. Do you know what I mean? And all these players we're talking about won Champions League and multiple league titles. Ryan Giggs is he in that? Do you know what I mean? It's Scholes, Lampard, Gerrard, Wayne Rooney.
Yeah, Rooney, like you mentioned.
Gareth
he's
Bale.
definitely up there.
Like, am I missing anyone? Dalglish. Then you go to Pete Graham Souness. Like when you go into the archives, it's like George Best.
Yeah.
He might sit above everyone. For the younger audience, they've got to go on YouTube and look at George Best if you don't know him.